Okay. Well, thank you for being here, obviously. I'm not sure if you're aware, but I actually heard about you from your friend, Eric Anders, who I just interviewed the other day.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's how
man.
I got introduced to you.
Yeah, I had checked your Instagram not too long ago, and then I saw him. He was doing a podcast for him as well, so that was cool.
What fighter made you want to get into MMA?
Fight. I would say I wouldn't say any fight. I feel like just martial arts in general just got me into really wanting to fight, and I think the first ever UFC fight I ever seen was like GSP going against Carlos Condit a long time ago, right around like 2012, 2014, somewhere around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like one of the first fights I saw in the UFC, and then from there I started to get into it from there.
Did you always want to? Did you always think that your path would lead you to the UFC or another promotion? What exactly is your roadmap, if you will?
I really don't have a specific roadmap. It's just like whoever's pays the most, you know. Um, but for my, what I'm saying, like my preference, I would love to go to like one championship, just so I could just venture around the world, you know. And on top of that, there's still like a growing fight promotion too as well. And on top of that, like they treat their fighters very well. Like you go to like different types of the country, like Asia specifically, where they literally treat you like superheroes pretty much from there. And on top of that, with the business perspective, like I could wear my the sponsors I have on my shorts compared to like in the UFC, you got to wear like their stuff. And with
Yeah,
one championship, like I can wear sponsorships and get paid that on top of the fight as well. So
yeah.
it's
KO or submission preferred?
really I don't have a specific like target when I go into fights for real. It's like wherever gets me the dub for real. Somehow I just get like submissions. Usually I'll be trying to look to strike, and next thing you know, I'm on top of this guy, choking him out. I'm like, how did I just end up here? you know, from there. So just was win win.
Yeah. Do you have a fight coming up, or I couldn't find out from your
I don't
interview?
have any fights coming up. We had a fight coming up on the 21st December, but it dropped out. So
Oh.
probably by the beginning of the next year, that I'll probably have a fight coming up. But yeah, I'm been trying to like make sure I get like at least 2, 3 fights a year. That's like my main goal.
What is your prediction for the main event this weekend or today? I guess.
Yeah. Uh, it's gonna be like a really stand up fight. I don't see this going all the rounds at all. Like these two guys are like really good at striking with Khalil Roundtree and getting really good with Muay Thai. Stand up. Um, yeah, I heard you. Yeah, with Khalil Roundtree getting his Muay Thai game up, and on top of that, you already know who Alex Pereira is. Like notorious. He already has kickboxing experience. So it's really going to be a kickboxing match unless Clear Roundtree just swish it up and try to take this person down and stuff. And other than that, I feel like this is going to be a really good fight, striking wise.
When you're preparing for a fight, how much do you cut a lot of weight, or are you basically a natural welterweight?
I wouldn't. I would say I cut at least 20 to 30 pounds, depends on what I am when I get that the news that I have a fight coming up. But usually I'm like 20 pounds um, heavy before I get to 170. So usually I'm cutting like 20 pounds before my fight, the weigh-ins and stuff. Um, But now since I'm like putting on more like muscle and I'm also doing a little bit more strength conditioning, now I have 30 pounds to cut. But really, I'm still having no problems getting the weight down at all. It's just doing those like last days of trying to get those extra little pounds off is when I have a little bit of struggle. But other than that, getting down to 170 is still not a biggie. Um, my last fight, I looked way bigger than all of my other fights that I've been in. I was a little bit way stronger, a little bit had a little bit more energy in the tank in that fight.
Yeah. How how do you see the Weidman Anders fight playing out?
With both of them being wrestlers, and on top of that, they both have us like a similar style. Um, as we've seen from the, like his past, Wise's past fights, like he's been like trying to get into like throwing kicks and stuff. Don't know why, but that's going to play into like Eric's game, countering his kicks and stuff as well. Um, Eric's really good at countering kicks. On top of that, he's going to counter, try to get him to maybe keep him from standing, or other than that, I don't see him trying to wrestle with Wyman. If he does, obviously Eric got more gas to tank than Wyman because Wyman's getting like to that like retirement point, a little bit faster than Eric. So with that being said, I feel like Eric has this one. You know what I'm saying? So long as Eric stays to the game, I feel like this should be like an easy dub for him.
Yeah. Do you? I asked him this question. Do you? Is there something special about chasing a basically making a fighter quit or retire in the cage? Because I asked him because Weidman's getting to that age. Eric mentioned he's not far off. Is that like a white whale that fighters chase? Is to retire an opponent?
Some people, some fight. I wouldn't say like what I'm saying. It's not like all fighters do this, but some fighters do like to be that guy. They're like, I'm the one that retired him. But at the same time, it's kind of like a double-edged sword, especially for like example when Izzy retired on Silva. That's one of his icons that he looked up to as he was
Yeah.
growing up doing MMA, and that hurt him doing that. Like dude was crying at the end of the fight after they raised his hand and stuff. So it depends on who is the person you're retiring and do you look up to this guy and stuff. But other than that, what I'm saying, that's like a what I'm saying, that's a little notch on your belt and stuff like that.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time and
Well, thank you,
giving me
man.
this opportunity.
Yeah, man. Yeah, thank you for the opportunity. This is like my first interview I ever did with someone. Okay.
Nice. All right. Thank you so much.
No problem, man. Thank you.